Welcome to Rook's Tavern. Here are 3 ways that Blizzard could make warbands epic. Number 1. Warband camps. At its most basic, this is just player housing plus your alts wandering around in whatever transmogs you've kitted them out in. But let's take this one step further. What if using your alts professions was as easy as walking up and talking to them? As long as the materials are in your warband bank, you just walk up, talk to them, select what you want, and craft. No more placing work orders with your alts, no more mailing things between characters, just craft, done. 2. Warband dungeons. The most basic version of this is simply changing the appearance of the NPCs in follower dungeons for those of your chosen alts. Choose a role, choose the alt you want to fill it. That's it. This should be relatively easy to implement as the data is already in the game and you're simply reskinning the AIs. The mid-tier version of this is allowing the gear of your alts to count in the dungeons. This could be handled as either a flat gear score or the full stat spread. The advanced version of this is allowing alts to progress quests, gain XP, and collect loot in these dungeons. If Blizzard feels the need to nerf these rewards, then alts could get a fraction of the XP as the main character, and loot could drop with a reduced item level for the alts. This would require alts to be run as main characters to get the highest item level possible. But if Blizzard wanted to really lean in and make this a pillar of solo play, then they would need to add scaling difficulty akin to Mythic Plus or Delves, leaderboards to track party composition and clear times, and allow it to progress the Great Vault. However, for this to really work, I think the bare minimum we would need is stances for the followers like we have for our pets, the ability to set them to aggressive or defensive. But let's go bigger. Why not a system like the one in Final Fantasy XII, a system where you can tell your NPCs to prioritize skills and set conditions for the use of abilities? For example, telling your rogue to kick when the boss casts a spell, or to prioritize moving out of the fire before healing. 3. Warband raids. Honestly, this is what I first thought of when Blizzard announced the 1 to 5 man story mode raids. What they ended up announcing was disappointing, but I hope it's only the first step towards something better, because this could help fix several long-standing problems. First, old raids with mechanics that can't be soloed. Allowing a solo player to bring alts as NPCs would allow them to work around the mechanics and prevent Blizzard from having to go in and alter the mechanics of the fights. Second, small guilds. For a long time, I was a member of a small friends and family guild that struggled to field 10 players on a raid night, and because we didn't want to take the crapshoot of pugging the remaining roles, we were limited to running old raids. Allowing us to fill out the remaining roles with NPC followers of our alts or logged out guildmates would at least have allowed us to attempt current content. Third, story-seeking non-raiders. I also know several players who would rather skip current content than go near LFR, let alone a full raid, so the ability to run a raid with NPCs and see the content at their own pace would be like a dream. And let's be real, LFR is not the way to try and see the story. Beyond the fact that it's fractured into multiple wings, nobody waits around for the NPCs to talk, and if you wait to listen to the talking, you're going to spend the rest of the raid running to catch up, or, worse yet, be kicked for being AFK. So NPC-assisted story mode raids would be a huge win for putting the story back in the game. But what do you think? Would you like to see your alts walking around your house or running dungeons with you? Let me know in the comments below, and if you'd like to hear my thoughts on how Blizzard might implement player housing in the game, then hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified. But that's all I have for today, so I'll see you next time in Rook's Tavern.